should be live in a new live.
Okay. I'll have to, find it.
Yeah, so let's see if I can get some information. I was listening. Well, I'll wait till they come. I don't have anybody here yet. Are they? Oh, here they come. Hi, Bridget. Hi, Deborah Vancouver Den. Hi, Captain Lee. Hi, Gail B. Hi, Larky. Hi, Petty Patty. You broke the rhyme. Hi, Chris Ree. Hi, Captain Lee. Jeannie's talking about life. Let's see how many people we can get back in. Did Billy Boy ever calm down, or did he continue down that path?
I didn't see him anymore. I think he had left.
He left.
Hi, Isabel B. Hi, Julie W. Hi, Danielle. Okay, so we're just going to wait to see if we can get some of the people back that should be redirected. Hi, Reverdy Bob.
Hi, Reverdy Bob.
Let me see what's... Henderson, Nevada, that was just about... We just read something else that happened there. Gary Busey was charged with S crimes.
Oh, no, really? He was a little different.
A little off.
Gary
for a long time.
He's different.
Is he 78 years old? Missing South Carolina woman is found dead in a marsh. 41 years old.
Awful.
Oh my gosh. Customer was assaulted, a Papa John's worker with the metal pizza paddle over missing toppings.
Oh my goodness.
This is crazy.
This world is mad.
Firefighter is murdered in his driveway by his cheating wife and her convicted killer boyfriend. It's crazy. Crazy stuff. And they still haven't found that other girl, that Fuentes, who went missing in California the day after Kylie.
Carolyn?
Yeah.
You're not spotlighted on YouTube.
Who's not?
You are not.
Oh, okay, hold on.
Yeah, I just spotlighted her. It's on it. There, now let's just take a minute to catch up. I promise.
I don't know. I tried it and it didn't work.
No, I promise. It's there. It's there.
There we go. Okay, so... Well...
Hey, Bridget.
Well, we'll get started anyway. We'll go start with the other headlines, and then I'll talk about Kylie, because there are some strange things. Some creators are going down some rabbit holes, some really big conspiracies, just to keep talking about it. A lot of people going through TikTok, kind of really crazy. All right, but there are weird things in that whole thing. Okay, so Thursday, the authorities charged an Indiana woman and her lover with killing her husband in 2019. Larry Richmond Sr. 41, and Elizabeth Fox Dewar, 50, who were already in jail and accused of fatally shooting the Evansville firefighter Robert Dewar, 51, outside of his home February 26 of 2019. He was shot 3 times in his driveway after finishing his 12-hour shift at the fire department, and his wife called 911. She's been jailed since 2019. Her boyfriend has been jailed since 2019 on federal gun charges, and she has been jailed since July for a perjury charge to which she has pleaded not guilty. In the boyfriend's case, he was arrested after police reportedly found 3 guns that were buried in a backyard. And shortly after her husband was murdered, the wife, Elizabeth, was arrested for obstruction of justice and false informing charges. She was originally accused of deleting a call she placed on her phone the night her husband was killed. However, that charge was dropped. During a police interview, she allegedly said she deleted a call between herself and Richmond, the boyfriend, because she knew he had been in trouble before. She also claimed she did not want authorities to believe that she was having an affair with him. He served 22 years for murder and was released from prison in 2018. He was named a person of interest in the husband's murder. At some point, police discovered a letter that the slain firefighter wrote to his wife regarding her alleged infidelity, and reported that the boyfriend's son said his father admitted to having an affair with his wife and that he saw the pair kissing in the car. Let's see. Richmond's son informed authorities in 2019 that Richmond sent him and his mother letters in which he said, if the gun he stole ever pops up, they will be trying to charge him with murder or accessory to murder. An inmate allegedly also revealed that Richmond told him about Dewar's murder multiple times. And they are charged with murder and conspiracy to commit murder. So she looks way older than the both of them, but I don't understand that anyway. Come on. Let's see. So then, the missing South Carolina mom. Megan Rich, 41 years old, was missing for more than a week. She's been found dead in a South Carolina marsh. The man suspected of killing her was found dead from a self-inflicted gunshot wound that happened when police came to arrest him. She was reported missing on August 16th. She was last seen on August 12th. On Friday morning, a boater called to report seeing human remains in the marsh around James Island. Gosh, James Island, is that? Devon Johnson. Well, yeah, it's around Charleston. And Charleston police arrived and recovered the body near Lighthouse Point. The Charleston County Coroner's Office confirmed that the body was that of Megan Rich on Saturday. Once the identification was made, police finalized the affidavits for the arrest of 59-year-old Brian Curtis Baker. He is the father of Megan's child, and so they have a child together, for her murder. He had been arrested on Thursday and charged with obstruction of justice in the investigation. The vehicle, a 2010 Range Rover SUV, was found the same day at an apartment complex. A heavily redacted incident report about Baker's arrest on Thursday said he provided several false intentional statements to detectives, which caused the investigation to head in several inaccurate directions. And then he was released on a $100,000 bond, ordered to wear a GPS monitor and stay in South Carolina. But when police went to arrest him after her body was located, they found him dead from a self-inflicted gunshot wound, said the Charleston County Coroner Bobby Joe O'Neill. Charleston police say they were continuing their investigation into the deaths. So, he had a killer. That's right. A very upset Papa John's customer took a metal pizza paddle and chased an employee around the store until the pizza man grabbed a pizza spear and stabbed him. The incident took place just after 10 p.m. on Wednesday, when the Harford County Sheriff's deputies were called to instigate a stabbing. When they arrived, they found Herbert Harris, 40, holding a T-shirt to his stomach and telling them an employee stabbed him. In the course of the complaint, Harris got into an argument with the 26-year-old Robert Klein, the employee. And investigators say that Harris went behind the counter, shoved Klein, grabbed a metal pizza paddle, and began chasing him around the store. Klein told deputies that he was in fear for his safety, so he grabbed a pizza spear and stabbed Harris. Klein's action was self-defense, said the sheriff's office, and after he was stabbed, Harris reportedly kept yelling at the employees. He was taken to Johns Hopkins Bayview Medical Center for treatment of non-life-threatening injuries and later charged with second-degree assault. And this was about missing toppings. That's what you call good problem solving. Oh my gosh, okay. Investigators in central Indiana are looking into the death of a 20-year-old Indiana University student. Monroe County Sheriff Brad Swain said deputies were called to a home just outside of Bloomington on Wednesday, and they found Avery R. McMillan unresponsive. Deputies administered 3 doses of Narcan but were not able to revive her. An autopsy was scheduled for Thursday. Results have not been released. The Monroe County coroner said the final results would take 3 to 4 weeks. Swain said a 33-year-old man who is cooperating with the investigation and who lives at the home made the 911 call. He told deputies he met McMillan Tuesday night near the university campus and they went back to his house. He told investigators he found McMillan unresponsive Wednesday morning and he called 911. McMillan from Valparaiso, oh wow, Slam RN, Scooter, was in a sorority at an Indiana university and lived in an off-campus apartment. Caitlin Myers, president of the university's Pan-Hellenic Association, said the organization was providing support to the individual impacted. University spokesperson Chuck Carney said the school is also reaching out to the campus community to provide services as needed. The sorority, Zeta Chi Alpha, said that McMillan was one of their own and that she was entering her senior year this year. She was intentional about building relationships, said Ella Gobick, the chapter president. She went out of her way to be involved and be a present member of the chapter, making an effort to know everyone. Where's that? Now about Gary Busey. Actor Gary Busey has been charged with S crimes that allegedly took place at a hotel in Cherry Hill, New Jersey during a horror film and fan convention earlier this month. Cherry Hill Police Department said Busey, 78, is charged with 2 counts of criminal S contact and 1 count each of attempted criminal S contact and harassment and disorderly person. The department said they were called to the Doubletree Hotel last weekend during the annual Monster Mania convention where Busey was a featured guest. Cherry Hill Police Lieutenant Robert Schooneman said that the call was about contact. It was about touching. He said authorities received multiple complaints and that they involved at least 2 victims. Police provided no further information, and the Camden County Prosecutor's Office declined to comment. It's unknown if Busey is still in New Jersey or if he's returned to his home in California. Busey's breakthrough role was in 1978 as Buddy Holly in The Buddy Holly Story. Wow. For which he earned a nomination for the Best Actor from the Academy Awards. He then appeared in numerous film roles, but recent years have seen him in several reality shows such as Celebrity Rehab with Dr. Drew, Celebrity Apprentice, and Dancing with the Stars. He suffered permanent brain damage in a 1988 motorcycle accident in which he was not wearing a helmet. A young Tennessee couple on their first date learned that they both played the piano and decided it would make a lovely evening playing piano together, so they went to a Hendersonville church. Shortly before 1 a.m. Thursday, figuring the church would have a piano, and they were surprised to find the door unlocked. Danielle Salvato, 19, and Sebastian Spencer, 20, played the piano for about 30 minutes, and then they left with a few souvenirs, 4 Bibles, a pair of drumsticks, and a church collection plate. The pastor of the Indian Lake Peninsula Church noticed that someone had been inside the church later that morning and called the police. Investigators checked the surveillance footage, which offered a clear image of Salvato's orange 2004 Ford Mustang, as well as the couple walking up to the door and entering. Henderson Police Detective Stephanie Fye said Salvato and Spencer met on a dating app. Both subjects admitted to detectives that they were looking for a piano to play because they both play the piano. They knew that churches had pianos, so they were looking for an unlocked church to play the piano at. Police say the two confessed and surrendered the stolen items. They just admitted it was dumb, they probably shouldn't have done it, and they knew it was a mistake inherently. They did not apologize. Salvato and Spencer were charged with misdemeanor theft and felony burglary. Church officials say they repaired the door that didn't lock properly. And a Texas man who's accused of murdering his former girlfriend, whose body was found by the woman's young daughter early Thursday. 36-year-old Sharina Webster's 5-year-old daughter found her mother's body and called her grandmother, who then called 911. Police responded to the woman's Amarillo home at about 5:15 a.m. when officers located Webster's body, which had been shot multiple times. Shell casings were also located at the scene. Police soon zeroed in on Webster's ex-boyfriend, 32-year-old Eric Mitchell Rivas, whose vehicle was seen at a residence shortly after around 3 a.m. and then again at 4:15 a.m. Investigators located a ladder that belonged to Rivas' employee and a back fence that was locked, in addition to footprints in the backyard. It was leaning against that back fence. Police believe Webster and Rivas had been dating for several years, but the relationship had ended recently. Webster was allegedly scheduled to leave town on or about August 19th to meet a romantic interest in Colorado. Authorities learned that Rivas left the area following the murder and issued an alert for him. He was later arrested in DeSoto, which is south of Dallas. Rivas was booked into the Wise County Jail pending a $500,000 bond. Webster is the former award-winning third-grade teacher who had recently started a new job with the Region 16 Education Service Center. She had just closed on the home this past February. Family members say they are devastated by Webster's murder. Her grandfather, Charles Kerfman, said that her death leaves a big hole. She was my granddaughter, but she was also my best friend. She was a loving, caring person who didn't deserve something like this, Christina Holman said, who's one of Webster's 3 sisters. Holman added, her students were always her number one priority. You knew if she could take them all home and love on them as her own, she would. It's terrible. And there was That was the little girl that found the mother dead, and there was another little boy that found his mother dead. Yeah, this one. A 9-year-old Utah boy encountered a horrific scene at his own home when he found his mother shot to death in the head, allegedly at the hands of her husband. Court records say that the timeline of the tragedy at the family's apartment, which left 3 children without a mother. On Thursday evening, 36-year-old Michael Leroy Patterson and his 35-year-old wife, whose identity has not been released, went into their bedroom to argue, something they had done before. Their 10-year-old daughter soon heard a boom coming from the bedroom and then saw Patterson exit the room with an angry face. The daughter thought that her mother might have wanted to be alone in peace and quiet, so she didn't check on her. The girl's 9-year-old brother, who had been away with friends, arrived home and wanted to ask permission to go swimming, so he sought out his mother and came upon her body in the bathroom. The boy reportedly ran from the bathroom crying and alerted his sister that their mother was lying in blood. The 2 siblings ran out of the apartment, began knocking on neighbors' doors on the apartment complex. Neighbors took the 2 children and their 2-year-old brother, who had been sleeping, and called authorities to report a woman who was bleeding, not breathing, and unresponsive. Officers responded, located the woman with an apparent gunshot wound to the head. As police were on the scene, Patterson called authorities to report that he had shot his wife. He said that he was in an industrial section of the city and had disposed of his wife's cell phone, a gun, and a magazine. Officers and detectives later noted that the items appeared to have been hidden, and the court documents said that officers also located a spent shell casing in the same area as the other items. The spent shell casing matched the bullets that were in the magazine. Neighbors told detectives that they heard screaming in the apartment. Patterson said that he and his wife had been arguing, that she was in the process of packing her clothes to leave, and had gone into their bathroom. Patterson said he took a Glock handgun from his holster and entered the bathroom, which startled her. He claimed that the gun went off accidentally and struck his wife, but investigators allege the wound and the blood evidence are inconsistent with an accidental shooting. The evidence at the scene contradicts Mr. Patterson's claims, the court records state. Patterson also told police that he was using methamphetamine in the days leading up to the shooting. Police booked Patterson into jail early Friday on suspicion of murder. That's terrible. Okay, so now let's go to talk about Kylie. And I did watch an interview with Sammy, and I mean, a lot of things don't make sense, and I have to say something, okay? I saw the Mags girl. I'm sorry, has anybody seen the Mags girl? Let me see if anybody's here on the panel. The one that stayed for 10 minutes and said that the minute she got out, she was being asked to have, take those bong hits and stuff. Has anybody seen that girl in an interview? Let me check the chat. Has anyone seen her in an interview? Let me see if I can get a picture of her. Hi, Mike. Let me see if I can get a picture of her, okay? Now you know that this is Jagger. Okay, that is they said boyfriend, they say ex-boyfriend, they say friend. He was 4 hours away with his dad. Woman next to her is another friend who allegedly was making creme brulee with Kylie before this party. Now, but there's another friend that she allegedly drove with to go to this party, who allegedly said that the minute she walked in and her boyfriend wasn't around, she got, all these guys started coming around her, asking her to take these hits from this bong very forcefully, and after 10 minutes, she claims she got the freak out of there. But apparently the other girl, Sammy, even though she was getting a bad vibe from the party and everything, she wanted to stay later, which is just odd. Okay, but I want to show you a picture of this Mags, if anybody has seen it. This is Kylie's mom. But there's a reason I'm asking you if you've seen the pictures of the girl, the one that was there for 10 minutes. Hold on one second, because I can't see chat. So I don't know if you're saying you have or something, but I've got to get to somewhere. Okay. Well, the girl, all of a sudden, can't find a picture of her. There it is. Let me see here. Let me see if you're saying anything about it, because have you seen her? You haven't seen her? Okay. Let me, hang on a minute. I should have just taken I was watching on my phone. Because there's a really they're always talking about the drugs that were at the party, right? And that there were drugs, and it was drinking and all of that stuff. But if you look at the girl that said she was there for 10 minutes and that all of these guys were coming up to her. The girl has marks on her face that look, to me, it doesn't look like it's acne. I don't know if anybody has seen her. I'm just trying to find. Saw her in so many videos, this girl, and I should have taken a screenshot of her. And they show interviews with this Mags girl and this Sammy girl, and they show them at press conferences, and they're there's like laughing. Yeah, it could be nervous laughter and stuff. But it could also be similar to that other girl that was lured to her death by her two friends. Remember, so-called friends, mean girls. Magdalene Larson is Mags. Trying to see if there's a. Let me see if I can get a shot of her here. I mean, it could be, I don't know. It's strange from this angle. I don't know if that's going to show. It's very bad when she's on the side. Does anybody know what I'm talking about? Okay, you've seen that, Petty? Okay, all right. So you say the girl is a picker. Is okay. All right, that's what I wanted to find out, if anybody had seen that about her. Let me see here. There was I'm looking at one shot of her full view, and it's not as pronounced as when she did these two interviews, and it was from the side, and the side of her face was really scabbed up. I'm trying to see if I can get any kind of a let's see here. Let's see if we can hear them here.
Which is where teens are able to come and talk to us as facilitators.
That's Sammy talking.
And just able to be there without the pressure of parents, the pressure of media, the pressure of adults and police, so that they feel more comfortable talking with another teen to come forward and maybe share some information that they were scared to before this.
Yeah, so we've been trying to move to get closer to the areas where the other teenagers that were at the party have been for these teen talks, and the one that we just had in Tahoe City was by far like the biggest showing of kids that we've had. We probably had somewhere between like 50 and 70 kids show up, and they all, like everybody helped us. All the information that we got was good, and
It helped us move further.
yeah, we've really made progress with the information that we've gotten.
Yeah, so we're planning on having as many of these as it takes to get in contact with anybody who may have been at the party. Whether that means we have to travel to Reno, to Incline, to South Tahoe, wherever we can to talk to kids. We're offering rides now. So for kids who may not be able to get out, we're asking parents to allow their kids to attend these meetings, as it is crucial to this. And we will do anything. We offer food, we offer snacks, every interviewer is comfortable and a safe person to go to, and we're not trying to get anybody in trouble. We're just trying to get more information.
And with the help of the community, we're going to find her, and everybody has been incredibly supportive, and that we are going to find Kylie with the help of our community.
Okay, so those were the two girls. But yeah, the girl definitely has a bunch of scabs all over her face. And she was the one that said, you know, she couldn't stay more than 10 minutes at the party. And it's just stranger and stranger the more you go into some of this stuff, and just that, you know, the mother's not making a big deal about the sweatshirt, but the, you know, other people are. Was the black one? It's the white one. It's, you know, Sammy makes a big deal about her clothes and stuff, and about the bodysuit, and about that they were peeing in the woods, and so she knows it's a bodysuit, and you can see skin on the left side, and just, I don't know. Something is wrong here. Let's see. I just want to see let me check one other thing. And then I know you guys said, okay, there's other channels going out, and they're going to search for the car and this and that, but I haven't heard anything about them finding anything. Other people were saying that the Sammy or something and her mother moved somewhere to Montana or something kind of thing like that. I'm just trying to find something. Let's see here. Okay, so let's see here. This may be something new. So Kylie's mother has spoken out after investigators announced that they're scaling back the search to find her missing daughter, and that's the mother that's pictured right there. Lindsay Rodney Neiman said on Tuesday that she understands the reasons behind the search moving into a more limited phase, but vowed to never give up hope that she will find the 16-year-old. Kylie was last seen 12:30 a.m. August 6th at a party attended by 200 to 300 teens and young adults at the Prosser Family Campground in Truckee, California. Her cell phone last pinged to Prosser Lake around that time, and she has not been seen since. Police have released images of two sweatshirts that they're said to have been associated with Kylie. The first one said that the black one that she was lent, and another one that she was spotted in a video wearing at the campground party. Nowadays, 2 weeks later, the case will be transitioning into a more background investigative phase. And her mom has urged people to continue to come forward with any information. There's no photo that's too small, no piece of information too mundane, she said. Now, her mother said that there was nothing out of the ordinary on the day that she vanished. She said that she last saw Kylie on Friday morning and then spoke to her by text message that night, not long before her last known sighting. It was just like a normal day. Kylie had come downstairs that morning, and the mother and daughter chatted about their plans for the day. It was morning, hi, love you, and talking about plans for the day. Just a little check-in as normal, said her mom. She was going to see friends, maybe go to the gym. We also talked about her plans to go camping the following night, and then we said, have a great day, love you. She did not seem out of the ordinary at all. Everything seemed the same. She had a big smile on her face. She was ready to greet the day. She was having a good day and week. She was excited about going camping the following night, and we had a great exchange. The mother and daughter stayed in contact throughout the day. Last spoke around 11:30 p.m. when Kylie texted her mother to say she would be leaving on the 25 to 30-minute drive home from the party. She said she'd be leaving at 12:15, and she was going to start heading home. And that was the last time she heard from her daughter. Kylie's grandfather said he thinks her car is missing, and that could hold clues as to what happened to his granddaughter. Her 2013 Honda CR-V has not been seen since the early morning hours of August 6th, when she vanished without a trace at the campground party. Grandfather David Robertson said he believes finding the car could help lead them to Kylie, and he urged people to be on the lookout for it, keep looking for the car. Okay, let's see here. The second sweatshirt the public has been alerted to is that white one with the pink writing. And it's a hoodie with Lana Del Rey lyrics, "You Don't Want to Be Forgotten." And she was seen wearing it around, but they don't know whether, from something from the party that showed that, but it's unclear whether she was wearing it or was in possession of the sweatshirt when she was last seen at 12:30 next day. And let's see here. Investigators are planning to scale back the search because so many days have gone by since she was last seen at that campground party in Truckee, and there's still no sign of her. Captain Sam Brown of the Nevada County Sheriff's Office announced in a press conference on Monday that the search will move to a limited phase next week. We're moving into a more limited but continuous search and rescue effort. We've pulled in tons of resources towards that goal, and to date we've had over 9,000 man-hours into searching, which is pretty astronomical. Our biggest problem is, where do we go? How do we keep sustaining this? We do have some plans that have continued, but we are going to have to switch modes, kind of focus on the investigative end, try to figure out what we do, where we go from there. Captain Brown said he still wants all ears and eyes out looking for Kylie, and suggested that hunters be on the lookout for signs of the missing teen, as hunting season will soon be underway. So that's it. Anybody on the panel have any thoughts?
I'm stumped with the Kylie case.
Why are the
I just
scabs
don't.
relevant, Pitbull? Because a lot of times that is a sign of drug use, mostly methamphetamine. Isn't that what that picking is about?
Yes.
Right? So if she is doing that, and let's just say that, they could be around some questionable characters, which you never know. Everything is
True.
relevant at this point.
Yeah.
How do we know she really got there? How do we, they say, we don't really know much of anything. How do we know they didn't leave earlier? How do we know they didn't go to get something at some really sketchy place?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Exactly.
So I think it is relevant, Pipple.
Yeah. I mean, it could be if she's. Some people become desperate when they have issues with their addiction, which is,
But look how
But some
violent.
people do crazy stuff.
Right,
You
look at the
never
guy
know.
just killed his wife. He said he's using methamphetamine. A lot of people become very violent on it.
Mm-hmm.
And if
That is the truth.
How do we know what's going on? You don't know.
It is such a strange case.
Hi, Ruth. Yeah, it is. I think it is relevant. That many kids there with phones, there has to be one like that. There's no way these kids will keep quiet. There's a lot of money out there for the kids to talk. And a car.
That's right, Kevin said, that many kids with phones, there has to be a lot of pictures out there. There has to be. I mean, but we haven't heard anything. And then he goes on to say to leave a party with a stranger your friend would have stopped them from going. Yep. That's correct.
They didn't find the car, no?
Nope, not yet. Bruce.
Unless she just took off and said she was going to that party and as an excuse and took off in her car and went wherever she went. I mean, I don't know.
Hi, Deborah Vancouverton. She said authorities interviewed over 100 party people so far, apparently. And nothing. Nothing came from it.
I mean, I don't know how many times as a teenager do you say you're going one place and actually go a different place. That's
My whole
pretty common.
teenage year. Like,
Yeah.
the
Maybe
whole
you
year, the whole
never
time.
even went to the party.
No, I don't think so. No, not that
But
party anyway, you know.
They said something about police having confirmation that she was there, but they don't know what time she left.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Her cell phone was there. That doesn't mean she was.
That's true. There are pics of her at the party, so she was there, Debbie D. They did find pics, she says. Her at the party.
We don't know how long she was there. Like that car's got to be found. I don't know.
And Kevin's stumped. He's stumped too. And he's usually never stumped.
Sometimes he's thinking, but never stumped.
I think he's stumped. We don't see that often.
See the picture of the mother only, Kathy? What are you talking about? And so what happened with that channel that was going out? They didn't find anything, right?
Must not have. I mean, if they did, we probably would have heard something by now, I
Yeah.
think.
I think so. I don't think they found anything. So I don't think anybody's found anything.
Mm-hmm. Not for Kevin. Some too drunk to drive home, stayed in cars at the party site all night, from what I've heard. And Deborah is baffled. The car not being found is what baffles her the most.
So, okay. Sammy, this girl, says she's a close friend of Kylie, but that Kylie's best friend is Mags, the one with the scabs.
Oh.
And they say that Sammy's mother is a private investigator and her dad is a lawyer. And in spite of that, she keeps talking to the media.
It's a little odd.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on with this case.
Let's see if there's anything else there. parents are involved. So I'm just trying to see what they.
And well, apparently Mike has the sillies today. I mean, that's what we know about Mike.
Here's a picture of her mother again. That's her mother again giving interviews, and here's the mother with Samantha. And according to the mother, you know, the mother says she doesn't believe Sammy has any involvement in this at all.
Mm-hmm.
But look at that other case, the one, that Patty Duke movie that we watched, which was based on a true story.
Right. Remember she
Right.
befriended the mother? Oh, we saw that was crazy.
Right? So you, I mean,
Yeah.
And by the way, you guys, if you new people become a member, we do movie nights, and they're really fun. Just want to throw that out there.
let's see.
Does the woman, Michael wanted to know, does the woman with the scabs have the nose ring? Is that her?
Yes, yes. Mm-hmm. And it's supposedly her best friend, so I don't know.
Yeah. Mike, we can get the sillies at all times. You know, sometimes it's the wrong time, and that's okay. It's okay.
I'm just saying, you know, when you see that, you think, you know, what is it? Could it be something else? Yeah, it could be something else, but you know.
Yeah, Patty, call in if you want to come on again.
Finally got it figured out down there.
What?
I finally got I had the fan blowing I used some lids and stuff to make the fan, because it wouldn't point down, so I pointed down as far as I could, and then I had plastic lids to make sure it blows right down there where on the floor.
Yeah,
So,
but
it's already dry.
why does the turtle tank do that?
It's the
Kevin, I hope they find her.
when it shuts off, it does that. You gotta
Well, that
But I
should-
don't know. Over
that
2
should
weeks
never be.
now.
What if we ever? That should be.
the thing, I should.
Yeah, it's been 2 weeks. It's
If it was a hoax, you know, I want it to be a hoax because that means she's okay.
Right.
You know, that's the thing. And but it's being over 2 weeks now at this point. What are
I
the
know.
chances
But
that
how
it is?
many? I mean, how long was Papini missing?
That's
Sherry
true.
Papini.
Fair play, as
Yeah.
Carol Lucy would say, fair play.
Yeah, but I
Well.
mean, if they want to get a lot of money, maybe they think they're going to pull this off. I don't know if it is a hoax. Maybe they think they're going to pull this off by looking very involved and doing all this legwork and letting this reward keep piling up. I don't know.
could be.
I want to think that to be the case, and I hope that's the case. You know.
Lake house. Right back.
Why?
Well, with school starting, you know, and I know that it was an end of summer, maybe, or end of school year party, or maybe an end of summer party, whatever kind of party it was. You would think that, you know, she'd be starting. I know it was a community college soon. She'd be starting it, and she was, you know, very into academics from accounts, you know, that we've heard. She was going into college. You would think she would want to be prepared for that, and she wouldn't I just,
Yeah, and then there's like this crazy guy that called into some show and like, man, he sounded older. And he's like his two cousins were there, and but he's acting like,
yeah.
that didn't sound, that sounded bogus, totally bogus.
And Petty Patty sent an email to the number, Carolyn, to call in.
Yeah.
Okay.
And Jeanette said it is not a hoax, and I agree with Jeanette. I do not think it is. Sadly at this point, I do not think it is. But it's good to explore all aspects, just to try. I'm so stumped on it.
I'm forwarding you something about that sewing box, where it's gonna go.
But who? Me?
Yeah, the sewing box you have,
Why?
because it has to go to a certain place, and then I'll.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Just send it. Yeah,
And
okay.
then you'll also have the person to get the money. Okay.
All right. Yeah. Trying to talk through it. Yeah. Kevin says we're just trying to talk through it. And it's a very odd case. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, because there's no information.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Nothing. And I mean, you think that if she went off of the road, there'd be something. There'd be brush that was disturbed. There's been searches, hasn't there? So I
Yes.
mean,
Yeah, you would think
it wasn't a tiny car. It was a Honda CRV. I mean, you would think you would see something. Here is Patty.
Penny. Hi, Patty. Let me get my.
Hey, Patty, how are you?
Hi, Patty, how are you?
How's everyone tonight?
Okay, how are you?
Pretty good.
I'm sore.
Oh no.
Earlier you asked about like the vroom vroom adventure that I had. That was
I
actually a
did.
motorcycle, not a car.
Oh, that would scare me. But my
I'm
best
gonna go
friend, he lives in New
around.
Jersey. He has a motorcycle and he loves it. He just got a new one.
Go over on the other side.
So, and I get nervous. I don't hear from him for a week. I'm like, well, thinking, but some people are born to ride, right?
Right. Well, so my thing is um, so I don't actually like ride myself. I'm just always on the back. But you've got to trust who is riding.
Oh, yeah.
100%. And that would be my husband.
There you go.
Pretty much only two people that I trust, and that's my husband and my dad. So my dad will take my son, and he's got like, a full DOT helmet to put on.
So your dad rides, you
Yeah.
ride, and your son is riding. That is amazing.
Yes.
So did you hear? I mean, what do you think about the case now that there's really nothing new, but
No, so with the searching, so Adventures with Purpose, they will not start until Monday. Because I don't even know if they're there yet. 100%, because like I said the other night, they were coming in from a case over in Michigan or Minnesota, one of the M's. And I don't know if they were driving over or if they've got like a plane where they can take all their gear.
Mhm.
So if they got a plane, then they're probably going to take tomorrow to rest. If not, then they're still driving.
Yeah, and like Kathy Allison there, she said maybe Kylie didn't even text the message to her mom, the last message that she was leaving. So we
Um,
don't even, that's definitely possible.
It is, and so that's more what they're going for, is to see if they can find like a phone or anything discarded, because with the car, the oil slick would already be up on the top of the water if her whole car is in there. So mainly what they're looking for is any clues in any of the close bodies of water that they can use.
Okay. And what about you don't believe anything about that guy with those cousins, do you?
With Ronnie, not no, honestly. I think he wants more of the fame. I mean, it could be
Right.
true. I could, but um, you know, with everything going on around his whole testimony and everything, like you would think he would stop if he, was legit and he just didn't want any more of the nonsense.
Mm-hmm.
Um, like so tonight, I think he called in on or maybe sometime today. He called in on ICML.
Yeah.
And showed that he's not the one that Ryan Upchurch, good old boy, idiot, is trying to say it is. 'Cause he's all like,
Yeah. I don't want to talk about other creators who call them names or anything, but yeah, I mean,
No.
I just.
So his whole thing, so today has been like a back and forth, and this isn't even for the case. It's just like,
Oh yeah, believe me, there's a
back
lot of
and forth.
unscrupulous creators, but I just don't want to. Like I have enough
Problems.
I have
Yeah.
enough. Yeah, I just don't want to go into. That's why I don't.
But,
I just make it a rule not to talk about other creators.
Okay, but there's an infighting between those two, and
Right.
like, and I'm just like, look, man, just stop. We don't even know if his story's true, so I don't know why both of them are making such a huge deal of it.
Oh yeah, but that's what happens. It's for views.
And Kevin
Yeah.
says that, we're just unsure that the law may not know a lot. Yeah, I mean, may know a lot more than we know at this point too. So it might not,
yeah.
Yeah.
But at the same time, they're keeping a lot close to the vest if they do.
Yeah. Right. Of course. Yeah. There's a lot we don't know. A lot of people forget that. They think like everything has to be shared.
Mm-hmm.
And
no, it only has to be shared at the end,
mm-hmm.
when everything's supposed to be public knowledge. So yeah, it's definitely interesting, because we still haven't heard anything from them. We're waiting for other teams that aren't even law enforcement to, get in there. I personally still wish that Texas EquiSearch would get involved.
Yeah.
Tim's got a
Right.
really good, success rate.
Mm-hmm. And why don't they want to?
Maybe they will. They just don't want to.
Yeah, I don't know. That's the thing, is that I don't think I've even seen an update from them on it, or like a explanation on what they're doing or not doing. So yeah, that's always fun.
Mm-hmm.
And all these search, if it's different people or different groups searching, they all have to be on the same page too,
Yeah.
It's seems like there's just a lot of people involved. There's going to be a lot of people to question, a lot of trash to go through, a lot of investigation and on the ground, hands-on work. I think
Yeah,
it's going to be difficult, unfortunately,
I wish more kids would speak up, But right now they've only gotten through maybe like a third of how many kids were there.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Okay.
There's so much that just doesn't add up.
Were there,
Kevin
and
said,
there were some cameras they're saying, but there had to be cameras around somewhere.
mhm.
I mean, it's just so crazy.
So the one update about like the hoodie, you know, that came from pictures or videos from there. We don't know about any others that are coming out, or that have been sent in.
Hmm.
And like they've said that they're still wanting more. And then with the area that it was at, it's got none of the traffic cameras because it's a rural area.
Yeah.
So I was like, well,
And
they gotta fix that.
yeah, and Kevin said right now they're checking by air. They have land drones, everything right now. So hopefully something will come up.
Yeah. Who was it? There's another creator, and I can't remember who, but they had like drone footage of the actual area,
Mm-hmm.
and like the way they also had like dash cam from a person that went out to where the party was,
Mm-hmm.
and there's like only one way in or out of that area.
Okay.
unless you go off-roading, and that's always an issue too, because you don't know if you get stuck.
Right. And but her phone, you know, being in that area, right where, you know, her phone, that's where her phone last pinged. And, you know, what did they ever you know, like, we don't know that the police ever went and confirmed that she really did go to recharge her phone when
Yeah,
Sammy
so
said
there's no confirmation on any of that. Like
right.
all
That's what
of Sammy's story is just Sammy's story right now. Like
exactly.
there's nothing to tell us that this happened or not. And then, you know, like we also don't know when that picture or video was taken of Kylie with that other hoodie.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, like you would think that if she was with her the whole night that she would notice that she put on this hoodie. But
Right.
nowhere in any of her stories is she wearing that hoodie.
Right.
And Kevin heard that it was actually Kylie, Kylie's mom and dad that were the lawyer and the PI. The PI was the dad and the lawyer was the mom.
No,
No.
I thought it was Sammy.
It
Yep.
is Sammy's.
Okay,
is.
so Sammy's mom and
Yeah.
dad. Okay.
Yeah. And some of us were kind of wondering if maybe that's why she's so comfortable trying to take the lead, you know, like she's got the backing that she does type deal.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, so I mean, that would make a lot of sense, you know, because she's like, maybe mom's coaching her on what to do, you know, but you'd think
But the lawyer
the
would say
dad would be
maybe
like,
not talk
no,
so much.
yeah, like
Yeah.
exactly. That's where I'm super confused because I'm like,
Right.
why is he just letting her go on and on?
Right. Yeah. Very bizarre. Very strange. I don't know. It's so long though. I mean, and nothing. I mean, nothing's come up. It's just. Yeah. I don't know.
What are you looking at, you weirdo?
When did the college go back? That college that Sierra.
I'm gonna look. I'm actually gonna look. Do you remember what college it was? Anyone?
Sierra.
Sierra.
Yeah. Community college, someone said.
Okay, in Rockland, California.
Yeah, I want to say yes. It sounds right.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so they actually started August. They're starting August 22nd. So she's
Oh, so they
tomorrow.
haven't started yet.
They're tomorrow though.
Oh, no, well, tomorrow's the 21st, so Monday,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Okay, so they haven't started yet. That's what
Hmm.
That's interesting.
Well, we'll see.
But this Sammy, isn't she older?
Yes.
Uh,
She is
by a little
Is it-
bit. She's like what, 18 or 19?
18, I believe.
Yeah, is she going to is she going to that community college?
Not that we know of. I'm not sure.
No. I
Okay,
don't
so
think she's ever said.
yeah, well, I mean, shouldn't she be getting ready to head off?
Yeah.
Yeah, I
I
mean,
mean, if
if
she
they
goes,
all
yeah.
start around the same time.
Yeah. I mean, you think she would be like really interested in getting her dorm set up and all of that. So, I mean, that'll be telling on where she goes and if she's really concerned about this or,
Mhm.
I
Kate
don't know.
O'Connor, welcome, by the way. She said, I'm new here. I'm from Scotland, been following the case as here in Glasgow, Scotland. We have people missing every single day and they don't cover it or do much here. I'm sorry to hear that. And welcome.
Yeah, welcome. Thanks for coming in.
Yeah.
Here they seem to really only cover the odd ones,
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of missing kids that aren't, reported or anything. And
With COVID, I mean, there may even be at this point kids that something happened to them over the COVID. We don't know yet. I mean,
yeah,
all these cases will start to come out, It just
Right.
seems like so much lately, just so much.
yeah. I'm not a huge fan of it.
Let's see. Sammy. Okay, so Kylie Connick, who was new here. Welcome, Kylie. She said Sammy is supposed to go to Irvine College. She and her parents left and went to Montana.
Yeah, but somebody said they moved, and that's not the way I read it. I read it that they might have went there to just take a breather.
Yeah, she and her parents left and went to Montana. Yeah, it could be a breather, definitely. So maybe Callie didn't say no, it was permanent or anything. So maybe it wasn't.
No, but
permanent.
other people were saying that.
Oh,
Yeah,
really?
the ones that.
Yeah, you know how it goes. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
Well, hopefully we'll find out more soon. And what I'm truly hoping is on Monday, or is Monday school starts for them, that she shows up. I mean, but I hope so. But
Yeah.
like Carolyn, you said, anything can happen nowadays. Like we've seen it. We've seen it. We have to, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
Explore every possibility. That's what we do anyway. There were a lot of older people from the Bay Area, apparently, and
Yeah, but how old? I know older, but like how old?
I'm thinking 20s. I would hope. I mean, I would hope, but we know there were drugs there too,
right?
And maybe more than just the cannabis. It could have been more. It could have been anything. Could have happened. And speculation, as we're speculating, but I'm just picturing her. I can't picture her leaving her car there or telling her mother she was leaving. She told her mother that she would be home at a certain time, right?
Right. Yeah, that's what, yeah.
So that it doesn't make sense.
Right.
She texted her mother shortly before she supposedly left.
Mhm.
Did she become
Yeah.
so intoxicated between that time that she couldn't drive home? I don't believe that.
No.
Something is missing here, and I think maybe the friend may know more.
Oh yeah, well, definitely with some of the things that she has said.
Sue-Ann says, hi ladies, how are you? Welcome, Sue-Ann. Interesting subject you're all discussing. So very sad. What are you making, Carolyn?
I'm making
wanna-
a shell tree with broken shells that we got on our tour.
And then Kathy Allison says, what if somebody took Kylie to her car and she passed out earlier and drove her in the car somewhere really far and changed the license plate? That's also true, Kathy. Yeah. We don't know. Your friend would not have let you leave with a stranger, Kevin says.
Oh, I don't know.
Agree.
What if they got in a fight? You don't know, girls.
Yeah,
I've never been in a fight where I'm just gonna leave my friend to like.
But not you're not going to leave your friend, but maybe you don't know. Like, what if somebody says, "Well, I'm going to go with this person," and fine, or just storms away, or girls can be very mean and lure people and do things. They're very, very mean girls. I don't know. Nothing would surprise me, especially girls are jealous or something about something. What do you mean?
And Ruth, nothing seems to make sense in this case. I'm praying her family gets some answers soon. The waiting must be agony. I know.
Mm-hmm.
I know. I can't imagine it. Prayers for the family. I hope she's brought home safely, or maybe being held somewhere and she's safe,
Mm-hmm.
She doesn't have her phone.
Yeah. Very just so strange.
Mm-hmm.
So strange.
So yeah, Kevin said they took drones out. They were flying overhead and nothing. Search teams found nothing. I don't know. At first I thought maybe she could have gone in the water or went off of the road. But by now you would think they would have found the car.
Yeah.
May not be there. Just
a very long time.
But this day and age, like it's crazy. Like you could find out where anybody is. People just don't go missing. And at a party where there's 300 people who all have cell phones.
Somebody knows something.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's just up to them to either find her or somebody comes up or comes and steps out.
It's everybody's saying like, oh gosh, what if she OD'd and they all freaked out? I don't think they would freak out if she OD'd. They're going to do two things. They're going to call 911. And then if they didn't, and she, I don't know why they wouldn't call someone if that happened, but then, I don't think they're going to go through some elaborate thing to hide her.
Well, Kathy or Callie Connect, she just came in. She said it's hard to digest Sammy not giving the correct description of what Kylie was wearing. It looks real bad. Yeah, I thought that was weird too. 300 people and so many pics and not so many pics or videos, Jeanette said, unless they do have many pics and videos and we're just not being, we don't have the information from law enforcement.
Right.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
iPhones are trackable, Callie says. Even when dead or shut off, the only time you can't
No.
track them is if they're in the
Well,
water. Is that not true? Okay.
I couldn't track my iPhone, so you have to have something on it to track it.
Mm. I don't know anything about. I have an iPhone and I don't know anything about it. It's just I don't know how to. I have that Find My iPhone and it's clicked and it's check marked. But if I don't know what to do if I lost it, what would I do? No idea. Yeah. Kate O'Connor, Disney fan, says, was wondering if her friends were jealous of her. She was smart, focused, dedicated, passionate. She was an academic, knew where she wanted to go in life. Yeah. Now, Kelly said that something about if your iPhone has the most recent update as of January, it's trackable. I don't know anything about it. I don't know. It would be helpful. Maybe I should look into it before I lose it, right, Kelly?
Mm.
I'm Android myself, so I don't know.
And then chosen one rejects welcome. Says, has anyone noticed the mom spoke of her in past tense in an interview and then realized it and said Kylie is instead of was?
Oh no.
I didn't notice that. Wasn't mother.
And 100 people, Sue-Ann said. They said 100, roughly 100 showed up. A lot of kids from other schools. It got out of control. I'm sure probably over the next few weeks, you would think maybe some video or pictures would trickle out from that party.
But you know what? A party that was that out of control. How come there was nothing else? How come nobody else OD'd? How come nobody other calls were there made? It sounds very strange that you had that much of a turnout and all those drugs and everything, and yet what happened?
Right. Well, see, that's one of the other things. Some people are like, well, fentanyl's being cut with everything right now. And I'm like, yes, but if they brought it, it was going to be cut in everyone's drugs, not just hers. So there would have been more. I mean, like spring break, the first week of spring break, they were drowned in calls of fentanyl ODs over in Florida.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
They were drowning in them. And I'm like, 300 kids, there would have been more than just one that OD'd if that was the case.
It's so strange, guys. Like it's weird. It's a puzzle with all the wrong pieces and they're not fitting no matter what. Curious and curiouser. So Sammy, Kathy Ellison says Sammy has a meeting scheduled for Monday morning and Monday evening for questions with the party goers. That's weird.
Yeah, she's like really, really involved in this. That's why I'm saying, like, just like she's not, because I'm sorry, like, yes, she says it's not her best friend, this and that. Girls that age, they're so concerned with themselves, her going off to school. You know, that's why every time I think that there might be more to this, you know,
Oh, there's always more.
why they're so involved, you know, like,
Mhm. Oh, there's always more, you know?
mhm.
We just need the rest of those pieces. And then did I read this? Yeah, I'm not sure. Kate O'Connor, Disney fan. How come none of her friends are coming forward? Surely they saw the truth story in detail of what happened. Why would they not care to help the police? Why, you know? Okay, I get it. Those are her friends and they were supposed to be there with her, right?
Mhm.
Callie says it seems every option is on the table for what could have happened to Kylie. I feel so terrible for her parents. What a nightmare. I do too. Word got out. Sue Ann said that it was only supposed to be the friends and that the police were called to shut it down. She heard the police were called to shut it down.
Yeah, but a lot of people say that, you know, where did you hear that? Because
I haven't heard that at all. That the
neither have
police
So,
were
I.
called.
Sue Ann, where'd you hear that? If it was another YouTube channel, we got to make sure that we focus on the facts, you know, so we don't know if we find it on a channel or something, it may not be true, right?
Right.
The police told them not to worry about the drugs and alcohol, just tell the
Oh,
police what
yeah,
they know.
yeah, yes, that's true. That's
Yeah,
true.
that's what she said. Yeah, yeah. Jeanette says Ellie, law enforcement found a phone ping around 12:30 near the
Yeah,
lake.
yeah,
But Sammy
yeah,
said there was a call around 12:36 between Kelly and Sam.
right.
What is strange too? Okay, law enforcement said there may be more pings they never know. Or they haven't heard of yet. They haven't found yet. Yep. And she said it's also strange. The phone pinged around 12:30. Yeah, Sammy said the last call is 12:36. I don't know. A lot comes from Sammy. And Callie, by the way, said that Sammy is mixing up the clothes what Kylie's wearing.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah, but people are getting too hyper focused on the hoodies, and the mother didn't make a big deal about the hoodie. So I don't know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Kate O'Connor says it doesn't matter about whether there's drugs or alcohol at a party. You come forward and just be helpful. Give the correct times of what happened, times to help build the timeline events. Agree. But yeah, like Sue Ann says, it would be scary if they all rolled in and were behaving a certain way. If they are, though, they're not saying anything, which is incredibly strange. 300 people and nobody's saying anything. I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah, Jeanette, yeah, I know you're listening to Sammy in her interviews. We're all just talking here, and yeah, I mean, anything could have happened. So it's kind of good to sort it out this way. We could find every possible scenario, you know.
Mhm.
How many shells do you think, Carolyn, are on that tree?
Oh, I don't know. Quite a few.
70, maybe 60.
Um,
We don't win the tree if we guess right.
yeah.
Yeah, Kate says it's like they're sticking together, covering each other's alibis, scared in case someone breaks and gives up info. This party is the reason they have decided to stay silent, say do nothing. Maybe, but
But why?
but why though? But why would they
I
fire?
think 300 people in a party. The 300 were hiding something. I don't think so.
Yeah, I mean, like, okay, if something happened to her at a party, being 300 people there and it being so crowded, they could think why would whoever, if someone did something to her there, why would they feel the need to move the body? I mean, because there were 300 people
Yeah,
there
I
and it would
know.
just
They could
look
just be like, hey, who knows what? And,
yeah,
it's not, if there were so many drugs, like, okay, unless they're the dealer, okay, but then
but
there would be other people, but yeah,
but
it's
even
just so
if they
strange.
were the dealer, I mean, like, who cares? Like, nobody would know if there was no cameras there. It was isolated. All those people
Well,
there.
unless there was something on the phone that said she got that from so and so, because they in some states they prosecute that as a homicide now.
Wow. Yeah. The phone thing bothers me. The phone thing,
The phone, the car, the facts. The phone, the car, the
What?
the phone, the car.
They found the car?
No,
No.
the phone is weird
The
and the
phone
car
and
is
the car
weird.
Oh.
disappeared.
It's just too weird, all of it.
Yesterday, the police caught a guy, a sex offender.
Oh yeah, they did a sweep. They did a sweep of the sex offenders and they arrested some of them. Yes, but
Yeah, arrested. I think 2 of them for interrogation.
yeah, but I don't think
That's it. It's weird. In 2 weeks, nothing.
Right.
Very, very weird. Well, okay, so Callie, are you from the area? Callie says
Yeah.
Truckee is a small town and kids tend to be pretty close to each other. Most have spent their entire life there together. I live about 40 miles northwest from Truckee. Okay. Well, yeah, see, that helps, if we get an idea of the area, So it is a small town and close-knit community, but the party got out of control from all accounts. That's at least has stayed consistent throughout.
Nobody knows.
It's like the only thing that stayed consistent.
Wow. I get it. Yeah, it's crazy.
Nowadays, everybody has a phone and take pictures and take videos.
Right.
300 people with phones.
Yeah.
And usually they'll go on Instagram and tag it with the party name.
Instagram or TikTok or whatever.
Yeah.
In the interrogation, they might be search of phones.
It's strange because, her phone being shut off before she left or supposedly left. That's odd.
How come hold on a minute.
Very hippie and nature loving town, Kelly says. Okay. And Kate says, do you think that she could maybe still be alive? What if she's being held against her will? What if the friends know where she is? Bad stuff is happening to her. Yeah,
Yes.
that's what.
Yes, that's what I have said that.
Yeah, I think the friends know something.
I agree.
Well, they've got to. There's no way that you don't.
Yeah, because nowadays everybody's texting constantly. Oh, I'm here. Take a selfie. sent.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. People are on their phone constantly.
Uh-huh.
Of course.
They don't even look where they're going. They're on their phone. That's their eyes. They're
Exactly.
walking around with their cameras on. Especially
Yeah.
in an event like that, a party where everybody's there, all the people are there. It's a big deal.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I mean, even if we could, maybe in the future, if they get all the cell phone information, they could create a story of her timeline at least.
Don't you think the police has already interrogated people?
Yeah, I do, but I don't think they have to get if there was 300 plus, it's a lot of people to go through.
Mm, yeah. Well, it's all speculation, but
Yeah, Kevin. He
yeah,
says the
I
law
agree,
knows.
Kevin. Yeah, the law enforcement.
Historic Publishing says, I'm going to take an alternative approach. I do not think the party was all that large. There is no way that many kids are all loyal to one another at that young age. Loyalty runs in packs as teens. True?
No, that's true.
Mm-hmm.
He was not friends with the 300.
Mm-mm.
Right.
And Kevin said that he heard they have 1,000 tips or so.
Yeah,
That he says that's what that's.
and when they increase the money, the run,
Reward, but then they were getting a lot of fake tips and
yeah.
And Gail B says, how many shells are we up to now? We don't win the tree.
Caroline.
We don't win it.
Oh, I
Gail,
love
we
it.
don't win the tree. There's no tree for us. We have to make our own.
Solve the case, and the reward is a tree. No.
Gail, I hope you're having a good time at the sea. If you can find some shells, maybe.
then you can make a tree.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Kelly
what I can take.
says they got the cell phone info for every phone that pinged off the tower near the party. It's called a geofence. They must have had some information in order to get a geofence warrant. Very hard to get. Wow. Okay. Where did you hear
Very
that?
hard to get what the warrant.
Yeah, she said that. Yeah, the cell phone. I've never heard of a geofence. That's interesting. I had no idea.
Yeah, me neither.
That is interesting, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Congratulations to Kevin Leonard, who is this week's top chatter. He wins a song from me. I'm just kidding. I'm not going to do it. No.
Why?
The what?
The singing gets too wild. I'll just keep going and going, because once I get started.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, Kevin, that's very true and very, I think, standard. There are people that left the party, whatever party. And they say, no, I wasn't there. Yeah. Absolutely possible.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
It's just weird they don't have any problems with that many teenagers.
And by all accounts, she was a good kid. We don't know of a criminal record or even her having any issues. It's just I don't see her getting. I mean, the friend said she was intoxicated. Is that correct? That was a friend that said
But you
that.
That
know,
was Sammy.
Yeah, that was the friend that was
I-
Sammy that said that.
Something tells me she wasn't. I mean, I don't. Just by the accounts of her personality and texting her mother saying,
either the
I'll be home.
mother or the ex-boyfriend or the friend, they were I don't know, weird faces,
Yeah.
weird statements. Like
Yeah, the past tense when she
they
referred her
were
young.
not that all that worried. If you're worried really for your daughter, your friend, your ex-girlfriend, whatever, you're
That's true. That's true. They didn't.
Mhm.
I mean, if they didn't seem worried, did she do this before? Has this happened before, maybe? I mean, we don't know. Did she take off for a few days before? And
No, I don't think so.
But it's been 2 weeks, you think?
yeah, with school starting Monday. School,
And
her
no, and
college
it's
started.
national news, international news
Mhm.
at this
Well,
point.
yeah, community college goes back on Monday. Sierra, you said Sierra College.
Right.
So yeah, fall semester is, well, I mean, this one says the 24th, the other one says the 22nd.
Next
So
week.
we'll see. I guess we'll have to. I'm hoping she shows up. I hope she shows up. Because then, we'll know she's okay.
I don't think she's just going to show up to college.
Yeah, I know.
But if it is some kind of a hoax, they've got to start moving it along if they're all going to go, college.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
So are you going to do the starfish on top for the star? Who suggested that? That was that Gail? Believe so. I believe it was. Something feels so odd on this case, Kevin says. I agree. It does. And then Historic Publishing says to get the data from 200 to 300 phones would require 200 to 300 warrants served on multiple carriers as well, I would assume. Some being minors complicates that process further. That's a daunting task, agree. You're not crossing the line, Jeanette, by guessing or this is what we do. You speculate and you guess and and then as you get more information, the story comes together and then more information comes and then we have more of a bigger picture. But speculation leads to solving, really. So what we're doing is good.
All right, I'm gonna hop off.
All
I'm
right,
exhausted
yeah.
tonight.
Thanks for coming on. Sorry.
Yeah.
Good
Good night, Patty.
night.
Hopefully, we'll have more information on Monday.
Yeah, we'll see.
Hopefully. Thanks for coming up, though.
Yeah, no, not a problem.
You sound tired, Patty.
I am. My forehead is so. I don't know if it's sunburn or windburn right now.
Uh-oh. I'm sorry. That's uncomfortable. Do you have any like I spray it for my daughter. I have a spray. a cooling spray, or do you have any of that pink? What is that pink stuff? Calamine.
No, I got like this super awesome hydration lotion stuff.
Aloe. Yeah.
Yeah.
So Kelly says police also have a cell phone tower interceptors that mimic a cell phone tower, and they can collect all the data of any phone that connects to it. Ooh.
I've never heard of that before.
They call the tower interceptors stingrays. Callie, you got to come up sometime. Maybe not tonight. I mean, it's getting late, but that's up to Carolyn. I mean, but you should come up sometime, right? She knows a lot about this stuff, it seems. Lark, are you still there? Is Alicia still there? You guys still there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Somebody
Okay.
fell off. Was that Patty?
Oh, that was Patty, yeah.
Oh,
Callie, how
Yeah,
do you
I'm
know
here.
all this stuff? That's amazing. I haven't heard of it. I mean, I'm so new to
But
technology,
you
but
think the police, the law enforcement said the ping, the times. I've never heard about that they get and the towers get all your data from your cell phone.
you know, you got to be careful because look at all the misinformation about Slack. Okay.
Yeah,
All
I
the stuff.
know.
Anybody that comes on doesn't,
I
you know what I'm
work
saying?
in communication. I
Yeah.
deal with law enforcement.
Yeah.
Okay.
yeah,
It can be
Callie.
true and it cannot be true. You know, you don't know. I mean, and that's not true for all areas. Like there's sometimes that the technology could be in the towers and stuff. You know, I've had several cases where you say, well, oh, don't you have this? Don't you have that? And sometimes, oh yeah, yeah, there is, but we don't have it, or it's not, you know, everything is not just like a sure bet.
And Debbie
Yeah.
D knows all about that. And yeah, and Kelly said she works in communications. I deal with law enforcement all the time. So that's
Okay,
what
but
she
is
knows.
Patty. Thank you.
is that on every tower, or does it have to be certain towers or certain technology has to be? Depends, you know, on a bunch of factors because sometimes they cannot get all of that information.
They can do so many. It's crazy what they can do now. They can what was it, the Vallow case, that they actually could tell where they were in the house when they were in the backyard.
Oh,
They
well,
could
that's
tell
that.
it.
No, all your
That's
information, your
yeah,
text, your
that's pretty
calls,
easy. Yeah,
your
that part, you know,
pictures.
where if the phone is traveling alone, it's traveling together, just like in the Frazee case. Yeah, you could see when the phones are traveling together, they're traveling apart. But are you saying? So maybe I misunderstood, but you're saying that they can gather from this, but sometimes, you know, you can't. I can't explain too much, but I know that there are things that maybe you're supposed to be able to get. It's not a guarantee you're going to be able to get it.
Well, Kelly said that the stingrays she was talking about, they're a separate device, and she said it's not part of the tower. They can place a stingray anywhere, and I guess it would take the place of a tower. I think that's what I'm understanding, right,
Okay,
Kelly?
but then how's that going
Maybe
to tell you for something in
maybe
the past?
work with the FBI.
But how can I ask you how will that work to do something from the past? Like how can if it's not there, how can you put it on and get information from the past? Is that what she's saying, that you're going to be able to get information from the past?
All your data, all the data you have in your phone.
I believe so.
Right, but if her phone
Calls,
is not
text,
around and it's no
video.
calls have been made, and okay, nobody knows where a phone is, are you saying they're going to put a stingray on there and suddenly they're going to get a bunch of information from her phone?
Yeah.
I don't understand that. That's not making sense.
No,
They can
it's
already
really
get
weird.
information. They can get as much information from her phone, even not having that through like the cell phone company and stuff. They'll be able to see calls, text messages, all of that. But I'm very confused about what you're talking
Yeah, me
about, that she
too.
can put a stingray and get.
That
Yeah,
tree is getting so pretty.
We wish you a Shelly Christmas. We wish you a Shelly
A
Christmas.
Shelly Christmas.
Wish you a Shelly Christmas and a happy new shell. I think I had a dream about shells, like recently. Just the shells, or just shells everywhere. I hope it comes true.
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to go to the beach one more time before the summer ends, but
I don't talk about the summer ending.
I know. The trees look nice. They're pretty colors.
Oh, your trees are already colored?
They're starting. They're starting.
Stop.
I know. I know. My kids want to go to the lake tomorrow. I think I'm just going to bring them to the lake tomorrow.
Again.
Again, yeah. We need to get some swimming in.
The Naked People Lake.
No, not that one. I'm not going to that one.
Mm.
We were out one last night, Carolyn. Was it last night?
Yes.
Alicia,
Yeah.
when were we out at the lake?
Yesterday, last night.
We
Or
were out at the lake,
yeah.
and there were people, and I think they were naked.
Mm-hmm.
And they
Yeah,
were
they were
partying.
skinny dipping.
Yeah, and I was like, oh my God. I was like, it was so awkward. But Joel, you know what Joel did? He just went to the other, like right near him, like maybe probably not even 10, 15 feet. And he puts his stuff down. He's just fishing, just minding his business, fishing, not paying attention to anything. Okay, okay. He likes to fish.
Mm-hmm.
He got five catfish and 2
I
bluegill.
don't think so, Kylie.
What?
Stingrays can record
She said that
strokes so exact, that so exact. The text messages and any Google searches, emails, etc.
so they can find. Okay, so can they find the information
From your phone.
on any
A
phone
tower
that was
from
there?
your phone.
Oh my God! So do they get all the data just sent to them at the police station from all that? So
Yeah,
they don't have to like go.
erase your skinny dipping pictures.
Oh, I get it, Callie. I get it. It clicked with me. So if you put a stingray, it can just record. It gets all the information to them directly instead of taking everybody's phone and all that stuff, right? Is that what you mean? I think that's what she means. So it's just more convenient rather than getting everybody in who was there and getting their phones. And I think that's what she's saying. There's a
It's
device.
convenient if in a case like this, but it's inconvenient for your privacy.
Yeah. Yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, she said that's what it just clicked. I am so sorry it took me so long for that to click for me. I am so sorry. I get it now. I didn't know what you were saying, but yeah, that is convenient, isn't it? So they wouldn't have to like go through each person. But what about the warrants? Don't you have to get warrants for all those people though? Or can they just collect the data with a stingray and that's completely fine?
I don't think so.
Who owns these towers? The government?
Cell phone companies.
You would buy a phone. You are sure the cell phone tower. You drove past the tower and get all your information.
Oh, they have a warrant and they are not easy to get. So she's saying they must have got. She said the warrant, the type of thing up at the top. I'm trying to find it.
Of course, they need a warrant.
Well, they got a geo. Remember, she said geo something warrant. She said something. Oh my god, that's it.
Where is that? Where can we see that fact?
Yeah.
Where can we see that? Can you tell us where we can see that?
Yeah, I want to know. Hi, Heart.
Hi, Heart.
Geofence warrant.
Yes,
It's hardest to get.
Yes, they got.
Where can we see this?
Ellie posted it on Facebook. Law enforcement posted it on Facebook. That's what she said.
No,
What did
I
she
don't
post?
think so.
What was posted?
And then Jeanette said it.
Is someone able to check that?
So Jeanette, did you see that somewhere too? Oh, that's what Kelly said. Also,
Carolyn,
San
I
Francisco.
really love your tree.
Oh, thanks.
It's amazing. Wow, you're so artistic.
No, it's not hard. It was pretty easy.
It's very beautiful.
And
I love it.
she said the San Francisco
But
investigation.
it takes a certain eye to arrange it in a certain way.
To balance it out like that.
In which page of Facebook?
I love those little sort of goldish shells you're putting there on the tips.
Mm-hmm.
It's just really pretty. All the different colors and shapes.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen those little goldish shells.
I love it.
Yes, I want to look at it again.
It's the summer. It's in the beginning of the summer.
What about the beginning of the summer?
Oh, the Christmas here is in December. It's the beginning of the summer.
Oh,
It's gonna be summer all year with that. Look at that one, that pokey one.
I
Look at
love
that
it.
one. I like that one.
Yeah.
My eye went right to it for some reason. It's really cool. Oh, and Kelly said it's okay to doubt that's human nature. I am not offended at all by anything.
Oh, I'm from New York. We always doubt. Yep.
Well, it's good to doubt, because if you doubt, then you learn more. You know, you doubt.
Be normal. We're natural born skeptics.
Yeah, me too. I'm not. I have trust issues.
I have to see it.
I'm the same way. Yeah. Yeah, that's cool. I mean, I'm gonna look into that. And she said that San Francisco Police Department posted it somewhere. I don't know about the geo fence. I guess if you wanted to look at that, I'll look at that after and see. I mean, I don't know anything about it, but I learned about it today, and that's what's good. Jeanette said she learned a lot as well. I'm looking for snacks and there's nothing good in my house. I have cherry tomatoes. I have very healthy things.
Cherry tomatoes are good.
Yeah. Honey, I'm gonna have a couple. Went to the farmer's market today.
Did you?
Yeah, they had a lot of nice stuff. But their blueberries, they didn't have any blueberries. Their crops died because of the cold. So the cold.
You keep saying the cold.
That's what she told me. She said it was the cold, a cold and the drought. I think she said the cold and the drought. Yeah, but I don't know. My plans.
Carolyn.
Yes.
Callie says she can email you the link if you want her to.
Oh, yeah, sure. Thanks. I'll look at the link. Thank you.
Thank you.
That's all I'm gonna do tonight on that. I'm gonna charge this.
Very nice.
Okay, I couldn't hear anybody. I had to change over to here. Now that I put my stuff over here. And gallery. And okay, why isn't it not on gallery? You're so crazy. Gallery. There we go. Okay, now where am I? There I am. Okay. Law enforcement are a low man on the totem pole. Morning, and your mood is so bad. It's cold and raining. I miss the summer weather. Oh, sorry, Jeanette. Can't believe it's 4:30. It's crazy. But I don't think I'm gonna go to bed now. It's been a hell of a day.
You're muted, Carolyn.
I'm muted? Oh. That's crazy. Okay, I'm muted. Oh, wow. No, not long. But I said I think I'm going to go to bed because it's been a hell of a day and I'm exhausted. So if anybody wants to go to the Zoom, you can go to the Zoom. Thank you, everybody, for coming in. And thank you to the moderators. Thank you for everybody that helped out at the sale. Thanks for the sellers. Thanks for everybody that came. And we'll talk to you tomorrow. Prayers for all that need them. Thank you. Welcome to all the new people that came. Thank you. Thank you for watching. Hope you come back.
Thank you. Good night.
And we'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.